And we continue on the subject of conspiracy theories with a report on financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, who was found dead in a jail cell 3.5 years ago while awaiting trial over his alleged trafficking of young girls dating back almost 20 years. Today, a New York judge has released more than 900 secret documents from the Epstein investigation and trial, containing over 100 names of associates and celebrities, many of whom had flown with Epstein on his private jet known as the Lolita Express. Ugh. I can't even finish this report, Hosey. Can you take over?
Ew, no way! But I do know someone who could. Tony Nito!
Tony Nito here, Covert Ops, INN News with another investigative report. Well, what can I say about the notorious Jeffrey Edward Epstein? Well, I'd rather say nothing about the slime bag, honestly, but let's crack on. Epstein was an American financier, a fancy word for an investor without any real clients. Born into wealth and high society in New York City, he began his professional career as a teacher at the prestigious Dalton School under headmaster Donald Barr, father of Republican Attorney General William Barr, despite not having a college degree or any experience as an educator, as you do. He was dismissed in 1976 before immediately entering the banking and finance sector, waltzing into two-time winner of Fortune's most admired companies in America, Bear Stearns, as you do, before starting his very own firm where he slithered his way into elite circles, befriending the rich and famous, as you do. That's how he met British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell, daughter of a disgraced billionaire media tycoon. The pair briefly became an item before realising what they actually loved was ruining the lives of the vulnerable people around them and procuring women and children to be abused by Epstein and his elite associates, the piece of crap, until he was reported to police by a parent of a 14-year-old victim in Palm Beach, Florida. Epstein was investigated and charged with sex crimes after 35 other young victims were identified, the piece of crap, and after submitting a plea deal, he was convicted and received a 13-month sentence, the majority of which could be spent outside of jail, continuing to attend his workplace and see his friends, colleagues, clients, and, of course, underage girls. Unsurprisingly, Epstein was arrested again in 2019, this time on federal charges of sex trafficking. He was held in the now-condemned Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York and thrown in a cell with this guy, where he was soon found semi-conscious by guards and placed on suicide watch, which became public news around the world. 17 days later, Epstein's new cellmate was transferred without anyone taking his place. 2 guards outside the cell fell asleep for 3 hours, 2 cameras in front of his cell malfunctioned, and on-duty guards falsified a few records before Epstein was found dead, quickly ruled a suicide by hanging, from this stripper sheet, from this height, in this space. Alright, that's it. But actually, before I go, it should be noted that his slimeball friend Ghislaine got 20 years for her part in grooming and trafficking kids for the billionaire. But you have to wonder whether that's a good ending to the saga, don't you? Considering how many of the rich and famous still around us who associated with the guy could have been charged as a result of her testimony. Anyway, I'm done. Tony Nito here, Covert Ops, INN News.
That wasn't so bad. Now, if only we could finish this report with a countdown of the list of famous people who were kicking around with Epstein.
Did you say countdown, Brian?
Larry, there's this list we need to read.
No. Oh, Brian, you can't.
Oh, say no more. The Countdown King is all over it.
We don't need anything flashy, Larry. Just a quick rundown.
Oh, God, you've done it now.
Don't get carried away pushing that INN Tonight stuff. You had a good run, but it's over now.
Oh, thank you. Oh, stop it, I love you too. Welcome back to INN Tonight, and you're just in time for... Oh, that's right. This week we're looking into some of Jeffrey Epstein's mates who were hanging around him on his island and in his private jet. Nothing sus, of course.
Oh, right. Just a bunch of friends with similar interests, hanging out and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's right, Penny. Hey, what do Jeffrey Epstein and Christmas decorations have in common?
I'm not sure, Larry.
Oh, well, they don't hang themselves. Oh, just a bit of fun.
Stop it, Larry.
Anyway, on to the countdown. At number 12, we have Noam Chomsky, the world-famous linguist who met with Epstein dozens of times after he was convicted. Like to see him talk his way out of that one. Next, at legs 11, we have the supermodels, Naomi Campbell and former Miss Sweden Eva Anderson Dubin. I suppose they were invited for the conversation, eh, Pen?
Oh, stop it.
Number 10 is American film director and creator of Star Wars, George Lucas. I have a bad feeling about this, George. I heard he got the idea for lightsabers on Epstein Island. The king of pop, Michael Jackson, comes in at number 9. No idea why he'd have to go to Epstein's when he could do all the same stuff at his place. Theoretical physicist Stephen Hawking is our number 8.
No way.
Yes way. He was quite notorious in certain departments, I've heard.
You next.
Okay, fair enough. We'll throw to some Hollywood actors for you for number 7. Leo DiCaprio, Chris Tucker, Bruce Willis, and Kevin Spacey, of course.
Of course.
And a few actresses for the boys at number 6. Cameron Diaz and Kate Blanchett were acquainted, as was Oprah Winfrey. She's an actress, right?
More of a big pharma salesman, I'd say.
Into the top 5 now, and David Copperfield makes an appearance, although he was probably hoping for a disappearance before this list dropped. Number 4, the long arm of the law. Alan Dershowitz, Epstein's prolific lawyer, and John Connolly, the former New York police detective who was investigating Epstein. They were both hanging around. And getting the bronze at number 3, the politicians. They were all there, of course. Bill and Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Al Gore, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., even former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak was his mate. The second place silverware goes to His former Royal Highness Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, second son of Queen Elizabeth II. Yep, he'd visit Epstein whenever the younger ladies were around. But he's not worried about anything, of course, because, well, you know.
I have a peculiar medical condition, which is that I don't sweat. I didn't sweat at the time, and that was... Oh, actually, yes. I didn't sweat at the time.
And of course that leaves golden Ghislaine Maxwell, who takes home the number 1 spot on our Dirty Dozen countdown, sentenced to 20 years in prison for sex trafficking. And the less said about this POS, the better. yes, that's right. Oh, thank you, stop it. Anyway, stay with us after the break, will ya? You don't want to miss our exclusive interview with It Girl of the moment, Sarah Michelle Gellar. And Wheatus play that one song they wrote live in the studio. You don't want to miss out.
Larry.
Thank you. Oh, sorry, mate. I sort of drifted off there, I think.
No, it's okay, Larry. You were having another one of your INN Tonight moments.
Are you okay, mate? Can I get you a tea or something?
No, I'm okay, thanks. I just think there's a real market for variety TV these days. You know, we could bring it back.
There, Larry. It's all right, mate. Everyone remembers you were a big star.
Yes, of course. A legend of your time, Larry. Best countdown in the business, too.
Oh, you really think so?
Yeah. Have a cup of tea, Larry.
That's a good boy.
There you go.